The Book of Enoch. Yeah. There's a lot of crazy shit in there. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit in there. Oh my, that no, doesn't really concern me that much. Carbon-based life forms or carbon-based life forms. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Anybody you get a concern? No, I'm not concerned about quote unquote aliens. That doesn't bother me. We're all maintained and held accountable to natural laws. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Yes. What's the difference between, people from a wormhole or Alpha Centauri, screwing my wife and trying to kill my kids, or, the next door neighbor's trying to do it for 100,000 years or more? It's not really, it's scary, it's creepy. Yeah, your capacity not to live the Lord's Prayer is scary and creepy. So, and your ego trapping your children in hell, that's scary and creepy too. So, I get like, there's a lot of stupid people in the world, and they're all given the capacity. No, they're not all. I'm sorry. Most of them are given the capacity to sexually reproduce with another person. Not all. Some people do not have the capacity to. And some of them can be very decent human beings, very kind human beings, and not have the capacity to sexually reproduce because of a toxic environment, because of socio-psychopaths that, just because they can fucking have children, they think, hey, it's a gift from God. Life is a gift from God, but you lack the capacity to understand it and share it with humility and wisdom and love. So people always be, these basketball coaches be making these faces, they go, what? And there's a one, and then there's this one, same with football coaches and shit, and the capacity to influence young people's lives so they can have sex and murder in the same tradition that you have been doing for 100,000 years. Okay. I am not obnoxious, they are. I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer, asshole. People pray to the molecular likeness of me as a god. Okay. No, a lot of people pray to themselves. Okay. But they say they're praying to me, so they say Jesus, and Jesus is God and Lord, and so they ain't talking about them per se. They're talking to Jesus, but they really mean them. Yeah, and if it's like what's his name? Stanley with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Crom do this, and if you can't, then the hell with you, right? It's like, well, since he is the creator of hell, he's there, man. God being omniscient, omnipotent, he's there. So, yeah, so it seemed like, when you sit there and you have that imaginary lovers and imaginary gods and stuff, it's like, why would Jesus want to invent hell and then be there since he's omniscient and omnipotent? Wouldn't that be horrible? Wouldn't that be absolute torture? You create children, they deny you and are completely crappy, and then they're tortured eternally in your brain because you suck at creation, right? And omniscience, right? Okay, I'd explain this to people all the time. It's like, wait, do you really think you know what you believe you know, that you think you know, that you have faith in? God's omniscient and omnipotent, okay? God is not a human. Okay. Now, we're given life by the glory of God on this beautiful planet to worship God and obey the laws, or murder each other and disobey the laws and stuff like that. But it doesn't. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever, right? And so, never no time to play. Okay, watch closing doors. It goes supernova black hole. Then you don't have to worry about all those people raping, torturing, murdering, and killing because supernova black hole. So there's a lot. But I don't think that way because I'm not God. And I'm not trying to play God with my brain because I don't want to make a quantum computer to answer all the questions in the universe. You can't. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. You can't answer all the questions in our planet, Janet. It's impossible for a planet to be there that Janet hasn't seen. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. Even if Janet lived forever, she couldn't see all the planets. Would you like a piece of pie? Put the E on it. It's better. You can't eat the one with just the I. And you try to explain that to people. It's no, it's not a number. It's trying to place a symbol on something you cannot place a symbol on. You tell people about that. No, yeah. There was a girl, there was a boy. If they had met, they would have shared a life of joy. But she lived on the morning side of the mountain, and he lived on the twilight side of the hill. They never met, they never kissed. I like that song, don't you? Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, I like Please Mr. Sun too. Yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good one too. I know all you guys always do the reaction things. The one girl did the reaction to Please Mr. Sun, and she was like, oh my gosh, his voice is wonderful, and the song's wonderful. And it's like, yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. It's one of my favorites. I didn't hear Mr. Sun until I was older, but Morning Side of the Mountain I heard when I was a kid on the radio shows. Yeah, and I liked it as much as All in the Game, but they never played it as much as All in the Game because All in the Game was his big hit, but Morning Side of the Mountain wasn't. But Osmond redid it, but it wasn't as good as Tommy Edwards. But I don't know if Mary Osmond will ever admit that, but I'm just kidding around. She'll just take stuff to help her not have joint and pain damage. That's it. Yeah. From stressful, toxic environments. Guys, if you want to enjoy eating sugar, we're going to have to stop a lot of the stress and stop a lot of the pollution. Okay. Because sugar, it gives you a sugar rush, right, and all that stuff, but it will shut you down if there's too much stress and pollution. Okay. It'll just say, hey, let's die. It's being sweet to you. Let's just get it over with and let's just have heart disease and a coma and just die. Because the stress isn't going away and the toxins ain't stopping. So here's nuclear radiation. Survive this. Hey, give me more money. Yo, you got good healthcare benefits. Let's bombard you with more radiation there. Hey, where's the Carfax? What's a Carfax? Hey, tell me how many accidents the car's been in. No, cute little black girl sitting on the couch. Don't listen to that animated fox. He's full of shit. Okay. You don't need to drive a car to a job. You just need to meet somebody. There was a girl, there was a boy. All right. If they had met, they would have had a sigh for joy. So meet your guy on the morning side of the mountain. You miss his twilight side of the hill. And don't listen to these assholes. They're all vampires and werewolves. Everybody knows that. Okay. Johnny Knoxville's stupid ass. He's still doing the same stupid shit. This motherfucker's been doing this shit for like 30 years. That is that's pathetic. It is. It is. Hey, Zoe, suck my dick. Hey, Mr. I like to see ID. I don't need ID. I just need me. Oh, you got lots of money. Yes, I do. That's great. Ring my bell. I like that song, too. I like Ringing a Bell. Why are you being so mean? Because these commercials are selling drugs. And they act like it's fun and it's healthy and it's nice. No, forgive that and trespass level on toast. I like sugar cookies. Sugar cookies are good. I prefer chocolate chip. They're my favorite with pecans. Always with pecans. Peanut butter. All right. But oatmeal. Oh, oatmeal raisin. Oatmeal pecan raisin. Oh, shit. Yeah, that might be my favorite. I haven't made those in a long time. You have to make those again. Damn, I forgot. I still have, I don't know if that's any good. We'll have to wait and see. Whatchamacallit, the stuff, the large stuff you put in there. Hey, there go Nick Anderson. It's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It's showing the Missouri against Illinois teams and stuff. I didn't know the kids from Missouri, but I knew Nick Anderson there. Yeah, he's played for Lou Henson. Yeah. He was going to play with, what was the name of that kid? The one that, Benji Wilson. Yeah, the one that got murdered because you guys don't know how to live the Lord's Prayer. Well, you suck. Hey, look, Colin Boswell's got one of those. I wonder if he doesn't have a, maybe he's borrowing it from his girlfriend's dad. He bought it for Christmas. I'm just kidding, the little massage thing. Okay, you're just being silly. I know. I can't help myself. Sugar pie, honey bunches. But fixing technology is a long and laborious and tedious. Well, yeah, it is, because, we start, I'm sure they started doing most of this home invasion mind fucking Y2K, with the Wi-Fi. And when they started doing the things that we got in Sierra Vista, the little boxes that you put in, so everybody's thing is digital and stuff. And so, it's been going on for how long has this been going on? Well, it's actually been going on longer than that. It's just most of you, have the brain activity from the mindfuck of home invasion and having no private life, from Y2K on. And, I was born in 1966. I've been dealing with it since 66. The technology is more invasive now, which just is basically that they can put you on, boop, boop. And then if something comes up, oh, we might need to pay attention to this one, right? Radically different with me. All the scientists in all the world that are the greatest geniuses in the history of the world and the tradition of the greatest geniuses in the history of the world have been watching my life before I was born. Well, that sounds absolutely horrid, I know. And just think of my poor family having to participate in it, playing to their, to Jesus. And it's like, no, okay, guys, look. It's wrong to pray to yourself as God. Okay, do you understand? You don't pray to yourself as God. Okay. You don't pray to God at all. Jesus doesn't. Jesus prays to himself as the Lord. Okay. He doesn't pray to himself as God. Okay. Our Father, who art in heaven, go for God. That's a mistranslation. Jehovah is the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. And Jesus is the eternal spirit of the Father who explains that to people so they don't pray to infinite glory as themselves. Okay. Do you understand? Trust me, I love you. Trust me, I'm fixing quantum computing that tortures people eternally. Yeah, it does. Well, technically, it does torture people eternally, yes. Quantum computing? Yeah, right now it does. Yeah. Well, life's eternal and grace is infinite, and people that are being manipulated by quantum computing that doesn't work good are being tortured eternally. Until you stop it. Even when I stop it, it's still going to torture some people eternally because they're, Ultron and the master of the universe and power of gray skull or numbskull, as my dad used to say. But do you understand? And so, yeah, so it does. Right now, I don't. It's going to torture people eternally until the end of time. Yeah, using quantum computing. Yeah, why do you think Jesus said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do? But yeah, it's pretty creepy and it's pretty bad. And the quantum computing, obviously it was necessary because of the people that we're dealing with and what they're doing, right? If they had listened to Jesus, but they didn't, so don't worry about it. If they'd listened to Muhammad, don't worry about it. They didn't, so don't let that concern you. Why should you think, what had happened if we turned left in Albuquerque? You end up at the Idaho Carrot Festival without a gun in your face with Elmer Fudd and Barney Kripke and their, children seem to love me. I have this speech impediment. You wascally wabbit, I've been one way. What about love? Don't you want someone to care about you? What about love? Don't let it slip away. What about love? Oh, we want to share with you. Don't you like Mel Blanc's funny? Yeah, he is. Yeah, I got a headache. Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Bop. Shimmy, shimmy, bop. There's a lot of bad people in the world. Yeah, there's a lot of bad people in the world. Good people? You're not standing up for the Lord's Prayer. You think you're doing good, but you're doing bad. So yeah, there's a lot of bad people in the world. There's the eternal shining light of the Lord, who's the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer, right? And then there's, Judah Krishnamurti, got turned into a god. There's like 3 of us. That thing, ISIS gave Jesus a good run for his money. No, she didn't. No. Because a woman, with her brain, she'd turn into Jean Grey and then Logan would have to kill her. Okay, do you understand? No. Woman can't handle being a god. Okay? No matter how much the people that just thought that the Wonder Woman movie had to be absolutely positively made. No, woman cannot handle being a god. No, she'd go fucking nuts. She'd kill us all and start over again. Like Gabe said, if I was God, I'd just go start. No, that doesn't work like that. That's how many thousands of years. You're thinking like a chick. Stop that. What's going on here? Then all the people that pray to Jesus is like, you do know, if I know you and we're around each other for a long period of time, all the stuff that you confess to Jesus, I know. I don't want to know that. Most people, it's sex. Yeah. That's the thing that they think Jesus needs to die for them not to go to hell, is sex. Like Mackenzie Phillips, yeah. It's like, sex, really? Don't you think the time you tortured the dog when you were a kid or something, when you killed those animals or killed the frogs, don't you think that's a tad bit worse than having sex with a coworker? Because you were having a bad time and you wanted some comfort and it wasn't good comfort. No, Southern comfort. No, neither is booze or Jack Daniel or Dim Beams. But sex. Don't you think if you killed someone or got uranium together or something, don't you think that would be far worse than having sex with someone? Well, raping someone, that's a bad one. Okay, guys. But I love you. But okay.